Hold up, why do they doubt the kid? I'm about to prove them all wrong again. I got a low tolerance, cause they don't even know what the problem is. It's me. You waiting on the boy to fail, then hold your breath and face your death. Cause you play a roulette with each step I progress, no less. Go ahead and place your bet.
Welcome back, y'all. This is the Double M Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Jesus Dinero, here with my co-host,
Puma El Gato.
What do we got going on tonight, my man?
A hype train has been derailed. Justin Gaethje is your new two-time lightweight interim champion. Let's talk about it.
Listen, man, I'll be 100% honest. In our discussion before the fight, we had picked Paddy Pimblett to win, and go back and watch the video. We said we wanted Justin Gaethje to win. Here's why. For the longest time, I personally had believed that Paddy is one of Dana White's products. And what I mean by product is he's one of the products that Dana White has tried to develop into making them a superstar so that basically they can get as much return on their investment as possible. If you guys take a look at Paddy Pimblett's record, other than Michael Chandler, which I'll be honest with you, I don't hold Michael Chandler in super high praise in his UFC run. But other than Michael Chandler, there's not really any notable names on there. In fact, some of those non-notable names arguably beat him. Flash Gordon comes to mind. Now, with that being said, of course, we have to be honest about the circumstances. Justin Gaethje did more. Justin Gaethje beat him everywhere. He beat him everywhere. He beat him on the feet. He beat him in the grappling. He beat him in the clinch. Paddy Pimblett was trying to take him down a couple times. Didn't work. If you look at just their faces, and I'll throw them up on the screen, who looks more tired? Going into the fifth round, my boy here actually pointed out, why does Justin Gaethje look fresh? Why does he look like he ain't been through shit, like he ain't been through war? Now, don't get me wrong. They were both absolutely tired near the end of the fight. You could see it because their punches didn't have as much mustard on them. But to say, for anyone to argue that Paddy Pimblett did good in any particular department, I think is a stretch. And listen, I want to be kind and generous to Paddy Pimblett because I chose him to win the fight. But the reality of circumstances is, how can you even consider talking about fighting Arman? Consider talking about fighting Ilya, which my boy here pointed out before he got on. How can you even consider yourself amongst these individuals when you quite literally cannot even beat Justin Gaethje? Justin Gaethje, mind you, who, as we pointed out in the previous discussion about this fight, he's a punch-drunk guy. He's taken a lot of damage over his career. He's an old dog. He's an old vet, all that good stuff. But regardless of that, you can't put the man out. How can you be expected to fight for championships? How can you be expected to fight the Ilyas, the Arman Sarukians, and so on of the world? You just can't. You just can't. And with all due respect to Paddy and even Dana White, because again, I do believe he's one of Dana White's boys, one of Dana White's products, this isn't a good look. This isn't a good look. Unfortunately, for the Paddy Pimbletts of the world, if you continue to go down this path where you're just all hype and no real force behind the hype train, this is what's going to end up happening. Justin Gaethje said it himself. He's on his way out. How in the world can this man, Paddy Pimblett, even think he's on the same level as the champions of the Ilyas, the Arman Sarukians that theoretically really should be the one getting the title shot, so on and so forth. Overall, good performance. I'll be honest with you, Justin Gaethje looked good. He was piecing him up quite well, especially right after the clinch. Anytime they would separate out of the clinch, Justin Gaethje would let his hands go, and they landed a good amount of the time. He was landing the lefts constantly. He was landing the overhands constantly. I think a lot of that did good damage. There was a little bit of questionable knees from Justin Gaethje in the fourth round. But other than that, man, stellar performance in my opinion by Justin Gaethje. I think he did phenomenally. I think he did great. I think a lot of these things are things that are going to make people realize that all the hype trains, the Bo Nichols of the world, the Paddy Pimbletts of the world, so on and so on, the Sugar Seans of the world, all these guys that Dana White was trying to make into megastars, they just keep getting derailed, man. They keep getting derailed by the real thing. A lot of times by guys that don't talk a lot, but just do a lot of fighting. And unfortunately for Paddy, man, hey, look, back of the line, big dog. Back of the line. What do you think about that, my man?
Look, man, this derails a bunch of things, especially for Dana White's plans for who his next big star was going to be. Keep in mind, Arman Sarukian was always going to be number 2. He was the next one in line for the lightweight champion, other than Ilia Topuria. By all accounts, this should have been Arman's shot. And even at the time when they made this fight, when Justin Gaethje and Paddy Pimblett were being up for grabs, everybody kind of already assumed, okay, this is basically Paddy Pimblett's unofficial coronary session, and that this was going to be his crowning moment to be the lightweight champion. And by all accounts, every single pundit, hell, even both of us, as much as we wanted Justin Gaethje to win, we pretty much assumed this was going to be a foregone conclusion for Paddy Pimblett to basically take the lightweight championship. And come Saturday night, this very night that we're recording this, what exactly happened? Like you said earlier, Justin Gaethje outstruck him. Justin Gaethje outclinched him. Justin Gaethje, okay, one of the biggest weapons that Paddy Pimblett would have had would have been the lead kick. And Justin Gaethje, not only did he catch it, but he also dropped Paddy Pimblett out on his face with a left hook. One of the things that was probably one of Paddy Pimblett's biggest weaknesses was not protecting the left hook, and he kept getting prey to it over and over and over and over again. And one of the most obvious things that I saw a hole in the armor of Justin Gaethje was that every single time that he was going in for a left hook, he always leaned his head down. And it got even worse as more the fight went on, because he was starting to get tired and he was putting a lot more gas into his punches. And I even said to you in round 5, if he leans way more into that hook, he's going to leave himself open for a lead kick. And I was waiting for a kick from Paddy Pimblett that was going to be right on the button, that might have secured him into the 5th round and might have even secured them the lightweight championship. And guess what? That lead kick never once happened. Never once happened. Paddy Pimblett threw every single thing and the kitchen sink. And the 5th round, the best thing that he could do was clinch up Paddy Pimblett up against the cage. And keep in mind, the clinch was the very thing that Justin Gaethje was beating him out on. The soon as that I saw a round 5 clinch coming from Paddy Pimblett, to which Justin Gaethje got out pretty fine, pretty unscathed, and even Justin Gaethje was delivering more and more and more strikes in the clinch, I visibly got mad. I even started screaming at the screen, because I was looking at this and thinking, Paddy, what are you doing? The lightweight championship is right there. You could have it. It's within your grasp. And all of a sudden, you decide to clinch out failure from the jaws of victory. Anybody wants to say, okay, this was a war, respect to Paddy Pimblett. I would think Paddy Pimblett failed in this regard. By every single metric, by every single pundit, hell, even us on this show, we all saw this as a foregone conclusion that Paddy Pimblett was going to be the very next lightweight championship. And this was basically just, okay, so this is just an event to make it all official. And it turns out, no. Paddy Pimblett couldn't even do that much right. And if you can't beat an out of the way Justin Gaethje and out of the door Justin Gaethje with 1 foot out the door, you cannot beat Arman Tsarukyan. More so, you can never hope to beat Ilia Topuria. You are never getting within that grasp. Should he come back from his divorce, and I doubt it's going to happen this year soon, but if you can't even beat Justin, you can't beat Arman, you have no hope in hell of securing that belt from Ilia Topuria.
Yeah, listen, man, I'll be honest with you. This was a piss poor performance in my mind by Paddy Pimblett. Most people, the betting odds were in Paddy Pimblett's favor. Most people believe Paddy Pimblett was going to win. Why? Mostly, at least in my opinion, we've all seen the wear and tear and the damage that Justin Gaethje has taken over the years. He's been in some in hellacious wars, man. He's been in so many damn good wars that the fact that he's still able to fight the way he does is a testament to how good of a fighter Justin Gaethje is. That being said, listen, man, he's got a lot of battle wear on there. He's taken a lot of big hits. I mean, you guys all watched the fight against Holloway. He's taken some damage. And again, by his own words, he's getting ready to get off the fighting train. He's making his way to the exit. So for Paddy Pimblett to not be able to capitalize on this, come on now, bro. And listen, this is a testament not just to Justin Gaethje, but his trainer Whitman. I think he himself said it. You know, early in his career, he wanted to make sure we put butts in the seats, and then when people paid for their ticket, that they got their money's worth, and we did. Now he's wanting to shift that. He wants to become a champion. Fair enough. One thing that I did see a lot from Justin Gaethje before he got tired, to be fair, 3rd round and below, he was landing a lot more of his shots because he was picking them a lot better. Now, as the time went on, he did get a little bit more tenacious, if you want to put it that way. He started throwing a little bit more, not on the button. He started throwing a little bit more wild punches. And as you can see, he got tired leading on to the 4th and 5th round. But regardless, he was able to do enough work and put enough together to where If it would have been awarded to Paddy, that would have been a robbery. But luckily, we didn't get a robbery. We got the right decision. Shout out to Justin Gaethje. Again, we wanted him to win. We said it clearly in our previous discussion on the fight, in our preview of the fight. So we're glad to see him get it. And listen, Paddy, back of the bus, big dog. Unfortunately for you, I don't want to hear anything about a title anytime soon. But listen, man, we'll see what the fallout is from this. We'll see what Dana White and them says. We literally set up everything to record right after the fight. So we didn't even get to see the fighter interviews afterwards. But, you know, I'm sure we'll kind of get into more of the depth of what's going on after this. But interesting fight. Good fight for Justin Gaethje. Shout out to Justin Gaethje. He went in there and he did his thing. Interim champion once again. Shout out to you, my brother. And with that, make sure to like, comment, hate, subscribe, DM us about the bullshit, and
Until next time, get rest and stay blessed. We'll see you on the next one.